Now, Yahweh made a covenant with Abraham in Genesis chapter 17 and verse 10. And where did he make the covenant with Abraham? Turn to Genesis chapter 17. Let's see. Let's look at it quickly. God also said to Abraham, and for you and your offspring after you throughout their generation are to keep my covenant. This is my covenant. This is my covenant. You must circumcise the flesh. Every one of you, male, must be circumcised. Must be circumcised. This is the covenant between me and you and your offspring after you. Now I am on verse 12. Throughout your generation, every male among you at 8 days old is to be circumcised. This includes a slave born in your house and one purchased with money from another country. So now why would Yahweh make the covenant with Adam on his penis? Anybody have any idea?
I think it's a foreshadow for Christ to come.
A foreshadow for?
Christ to come.
For Christ to come. A beautiful, beautiful answer. And that is so true. It's an expression of that which is joined to who? Abraham being symbolic of God. Abraham being symbolic of Yahweh the Father. And the penis being symbolic of who? The son. The seed must come forth. Yes. The seed have to come. It must come. But Abraham is symbolic of the father. Because remember, no man never touched Eve. Mary was a virgin overlaid with by the whom? The Spirit of God. So now we're seeing that Abraham, symbolic of God, his penis, symbolic of Christ. And now what is going to happen? He cut Abraham cut himself short. What happened to the foreskin? Did it continue to live? It what? It died. Right there, Yahweh is telling all of us, man, if you, now, when we go over to Deuteronomy chapter 6, we're going to see how all of this come into play after the giving of the commandment and the Shema. So now Yahweh is making a covenant with Abraham on his penis. Why would Yahweh make a covenant with Abraham on his penis? What is so significant about the penis? What most men think with. What most men think with. When you see a nice woman walking down the road, you see a woman, ooh, and she walk down the road. Women, as you say, ooh, she looking good. Why? Because our eyes, the Bible says our eyes are what? The windows to our soul. Who we are. The big head is now being controlled by the little head. Because we ain't thinking with this big head. Because the little head rise to the occasion. Young men, you find when they're small, the penis will just rise like this, unprovoked. Why is that? We are not taught how to teach our young men. The mother, well, most mother, and when the young boy see penis rise like that, he touches it. Stop it! Don't touch that. Nasty! Don't do that. What happened to you? Don't touch that. He didn't even do anything. Sometimes he might be just there playing around, and he see it rise, and he started right in front of everybody, playing with it. Now he started getting instruction. Don't touch it. You have nothing to do with that. But who's passing it on? It's on him. So now what he get? He get the instruction, don't do it publicly. Go privately. Because nobody knows how to teach you how to deal with this penis. So now who's going to teach him? Who's going to teach him? The devil sits on our shoulder, as it were. Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 9 said, the heart of man is depraved and evil and wicked. A blank slate, young man, young boys. The mind waiting for the otiyot, the writings, the letters of the Tanakh, the Holy Scripture to be penned. David said in Psalms 119 and verse 11, he said, thy word have I hid in my heart that I will not sin before thee. When sin begins, at the age of accountability and consciousness and of awareness, is when you find the penis start to do some acrobats in our lives. But nobody, your daddy never told you about your penis. Mommy don't know. So she said, don't do that. Because mommy was always the one to actually give that kind of guidance. But what Yahweh said in his word, in the fullness of time he sent forth his son, based upon philosophy with Aristotle and Plato and Descartes and all these great minds who dealt with the philosophy, the philosophical idea and abstract and concept of man, which goes back to the basis of man. The Ish, when God made man and he took Eve out of Adam, he took Ishe out of Ish. We go back now to the penis. Why the penis and this redness looking up? And if you look at something, when you're a young man, he's young. His penis doesn't stand up like this, you know. It stands up like this. It hit the belly, the navel. Because the blood flowing strong. It hit it, it kicking up the navel. And he watch it, he like it. He like it and he doing it so, and he play with it. I'm telling you, I did it. Everybody. I did it because I was fascinated with it. And if you tell me don't, you know what I will do? I will do. Don't tell me don't without an explanation. I want to know. So you know what? Going all my life without having the understanding, certain adversities in my life came along and pressed me into an environment where I seek truth. I'm driven by truth. I'm driven by the truth of the reality of who I am. And this led me back to the writings of Holy Writ, which the Creator spoke. Coincident or design? Design. Now, if we were designed by the Creator and He made our penis that way, nothing was wrong with us. Most people feel circumcision is for cleanliness. Circumcision is never cleanliness. It's to bring to remember. And if you go into Deuteronomy chapter 6, from verse 1 going down, and he said, Shema, hear, O Israel, the Lord thy God is one Lord. And thou shalt teach the young men. Specific. Thou shalt teach the ish or the bean, the sons or the male in your camp. Teach them when they rise up. Teach them when you sit, when you eat, when you sleep, when you walk around the highways and by. Teach them to observe the Tanakh. Teach them to observe the law. Teach them to observe the covenant that I have given you. And when you look at that word, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, mind, soul, and strength. Now, love, heart, mind, soul, and strength is one word used interchangeably. One word. Speaking about seat of consciousness, speaking about intellect, speaking about your spirit man. And the word love, that word, if I ask all of us here tonight what that word means, each and every one here will give a different meaning. Some of us will get emotional meaning. Some of us will give experimental meaning. Some of us will give a definition, Oxford definition meaning. Some of us will give multiple different meanings. I say, well, what is love? But then some might say, God is love. But then, if God is love, what happened to all those ites and all those children in Babylonian and all those cultures that were killed? Innocent children. That is love? What is love? How am I to relate with this God that you say that I am to worship? This narcissistic, egoistic, maniac God? Because that word, love, we don't understand. And we don't understand the word love because we don't understand Ish and Ishe. And him going right back, we don't understand Adam. If we don't understand Adam, which is the foundation of our being, if we don't understand our penis, then we can't understand what is actually being said to us. Why our penis behave the way it behaves. Why it need to get bloodshot. And we see from the actual construction that the Man was created out of the earth. He was ruddy, he was red. But my face is not ruddy and as red. I a little more light complexion than you guys. I could get redder than you guys. If you get high anxiety, you see my face might get a little red. But if you guys, because we dark skin, burnt skin, Canaan. So we are. But one thing all of us here have in common as men, all our penis, when we go into our wives, we see the head get as red. Why is that? It's for communication. Your penis is not your own. Who your penis was created for? Most of us will think for ourselves. Your penis never bring you pleasure. What bring you pleasure? Your vagina. Your vagina. Paul said, and her body is not hers, and yours is not hers. Love is a simple, very simple word. But you know why we can't do it? Because it's all about me. Who is me? Lucifer. I will ascend. I will sit upon the throne of the Most High. Ezekiel chapter 28. Isaiah chapter 14. I will ascend. I will exalt. I will be like God. There is no I in love. Go back to the Hebrew. The grammar. The letters. And Paul said it so succinctly in 2 Corinthians chapter 3. And he said, now you all don't need no recommendation or no letters from no man. You now are the living letters. Ooh, ooh. When I think about who Jesus Christ is, the letter. I am a letter. I'm a living testimony. I'm a living epistle. And my life is writing. I got to write the otiot, the writings is on the wall. Who could see, let them see. Who have ears to hear, let them hear what the Spirit of Yahweh is saying. Our lives. He said, by this you shall know them, those who have the fruit of the Spirit. What are the fruit of the Spirit? Love, joy, peace, long-suffering, goodness, temperance, gentleness, faith, self-control. The penis, when he rise, is a call from on high. The bishop is calling. I call the penis the bishop of my soul. Because when he rise, the bishop is one who oversees, the one who look, the one who guards, the one who watch for you diligently. Our penis look out for us so diligently, but we don't know that. We believe Sigmund Freud. We believe the naturalistic. You are just a higher primate. You are evolving. Just do what comes naturally. No, you got to do what comes based upon the essence of your creation. That's right. Man, all of this is disclosed in my book. Don't play with me, I am life. Don't play with me, I am life. It's a call to manhood. It's a call to an understanding who we are and why we're here. Why we were created the way we were created. Why our penis behaves the way it behaves. We need to teach our young men how to relate with the call from on high. It's not just some electronic charge. Those electronic charge come from a mind. Come from a necessary being that we are contingent on for our existence. And we need to get back in our line. And once you get back in our line, when our penis rise, we're going to bow. And when we bow, our penis is going to subside. And we wouldn't see our sisters, we wouldn't see our mothers, our daughters, our son-in-law wives. We wouldn't see them as a sexual object, but we will see them with the imprint. We're going to see them as the glory of the Creator. And they're going to see us as the Yod. So they're going to be stroking the Yod in you, and you're going to be stroking the He in them. Until the Zog become one. The Gamil and the Zayin is joined by the Vav. That is marriage. Christ is in it. From beginning to end. That's my presentation this evening.